Welcome to Life in Real Time with Lucia, the podcast where we capture the essence of raw, unfiltered conversations and where we will dive deep into the journey of life. No topic is off limits here, and things can get real, really real. This is your space for open, honest, and sometimes messy discussions about everything that life throws our way. The good, the bad, and the downright chaotic. Some episodes will be unscripted, where anything can happen, and others will be carefully crafted to explore thought-provoking themes. A fair warning, though, that this is rated adult, and yes, that means that the language might get a little colorful at times, but hey, that's life in real time, right? So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and join me on this unpredictable adventure through life's ups and downs, and everything in between. Let's keep it raw, keep it real, and above all, let's keep it honest. I'm Lucia, and this is Life in Real Time. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me again today. I am working on take 3 with this podcast. And for those of you who know me, you will definitely understand why. So today I am talking about something somewhat personal and something I know that some of you have felt. Today, we're talking about leaving beliefs that no longer fit you and how that can sometimes divide families. But before we begin, I want to remind you that this episode is for reflection and healing. It's not a replacement for professional help. If you're struggling with grief, trauma, or depression, please reach out to a licensed therapist or support group. Life often pushes us to question what we've been taught, what we've inherited, and what we believe. And that questioning can feel scary and uncomfortable. But it is also where courage begins. I grew up in a faith that asked for obedience and loyalty above all else. For many years, I followed the rules because I believed my worth and love depended on it. But over time, I felt a quiet tension, the conflict between what I was told and what I knew in my heart was right. Leaving that world didn't happen all at once. It was definitely a slow process. And bit by bit, I let go of beliefs that no longer felt true to me. And with each step forward, I felt more like myself. But I also felt grief. Grief for relationships that changed. Grief for love that felt conditional. Grief for the time I spent trying to prove myself to something that couldn't truly see me. Leaving a belief system like that can feel like freedom and loss at the same time. Freedom because you finally honor your truth. And loss because you begin to see what it's costing you. Sometimes people pull away. Sometimes words are said that will stay with you for years. And sometimes the hardest part is what you carry inside. The guilt, the regret, and the questions. Some of those questions might be, why did I or why didn't I speak up sooner? Why did I allow this? Why did I believe it for so long? And those thoughts can be heavy. They can stay with you long after you've left. But I want to say something really important here. You were not weak. You were not stupid. You were shaped by an environment that taught you what to believe, how to think, and what to fear. When you're inside something like that, it doesn't feel like control. It feels like truth. It feels like safety. And it feels like it's the only way. And that's why so many people struggle to forgive themselves later. Because they look back with new awareness and they judge their past self with the knowledge that they have now. But healing begins when you realize you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. And I also want to say this. We can't always expect the people still inside these systems or even the leaders to hear what we're saying. Not because they're bad people, but because they're deeply rooted in what they've been taught to believe. When you've been raised or guided to see the world in one very specific way, it becomes part of who you are. It feels like truth. It feels like safety. So when someone steps outside of that, it can feel threatening to them. And instead of being open, they may hold an even tighter, or they may even hold on tighter to what they've been taught. That doesn't mean your truth is wrong. It just means that they're in a place or not in a place to hear it. And that, my friends, can be one of the hardest parts. Accepting that no matter how clearly you see things now, you cannot make someone else see it before they're ready. And that's okay. Because your journey is not about convincing others. It's about coming home to yourself. The truth is, systems that put rules above love can cause deep pain. They can create distance between people who should feel safe with each other. They can make you question your worth, your choices, and sometimes even your identity. And for some, that pain doesn't go away easily. It stays in the body. It shows up as guilt, anxiety, regret, sometimes even years later. There are people still out there right now feeling trapped, feeling confused, feeling like they've lost themselves, and maybe even feeling like they don't deserve to move on. And if that's you, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not too far gone. You are not broken. And you are not beyond healing. You are someone who trusted what you were taught. You are someone who tried to do the right thing. You are someone who is now waking up, and that takes courage. And yes, let me be honest, it is uncomfortable. Yes, it can be very lonely. Yes, it also will come with a lot of emotions. But that discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that something is changing. Healing doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small moments. It happens when you start questioning a belief, when you allow yourself to feel something you used to push down, when you choose kindness towards yourself instead of blame. It happens when you stop trying to go back and start allowing yourself to move forward. So, if you're listening today and part of you still feels stuck, if part of you is still holding on to guilt, still replaying that past, still wondering if you did something wrong, I want you to take a deep breath right now and hear this. You are allowed to forgive yourself. You are allowed to grow beyond what you were taught. You are allowed to choose a different path without shame. You don't need permission from anyone to reclaim your life. Not from a system, not from a leader, not even from the people who couldn't understand you. Your life is yours. Your truth is yours. And your healing is yours. And maybe the most powerful thing you can do is stop fighting yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Stop carrying the weight of something that was never fully yours to carry. And instead, gently begin again, one thought at a time, one choice at a time, one moment of truth at a time. Because even now, even after everything, you are still allowed to become who you truly are. I am so grateful that you are here, doing this work, asking these questions, and choosing to grow even when it's hard. You're not alone. And your story is not over. Thank you for listening.